Good. Hello from the Huntington, West Virginia Museum of Radio Technology. We are here with Spectral Research and Investigations, here to check out this location. One of the things that was recommended was that they wanted us to tell a little bit about the history of the location and such like that. The school, actually, this building used to be a schoolhouse, used to be the old Harveytown Elementary School, was built in the late 1920s. The section that we're looking at right here is the gymnasium section, was built later on in 1953. The location had, in the past, it was a school. It ran as a school up until the late 1970s, then was left to become storage for a very long time for the Cabell County school system. Later was bought by the West Virginia Radio Collectors Association, and then was turned into the Museum of Radio and Technology. The location, fairly large U-shaped structure with the main gymnasium. A lot of different history in this location, a lot of historical pieces, a lot of electrical components and stuff like that as well. So I will go ahead and take you all through and kind of let you get an idea of what is in the Huntington Museum of Radio. So the sign here says welcome to the past, and what we are going to do is we are going to start with the 1920s section over here. Just hit it really quickly, just kind of so we aren't eating up a bunch of our time. The 1920 section that we're in right here covers early technology and early innovation, going through different electrical settings, phonographs, controllers, things of that nature, going into more of the scientific equipment. This room is designed to look like a 1920s radio repair shop. Draw attention to this mannequin over here behind the station here. He has been known on occasion in this location to move, and it's usually just slight movements that we cannot really 100% explain. Could be the springs and like the structure himself actually moving, but he has been known to move just slightly. A lot of different pieces in here. This piece back here dates all the way back to the late 1890s, music box. And then there's a lot of different equipment and stuff like that in here to kind of give you an idea. This, like I said, this used to be originally a school, so this was one of the original school rooms. So we'll go across the hallway to what we call the science room. Go ahead, and what I will do is before we get started, I'm going to introduce a couple folks that you're going to see. Teresa is my co-founder of S.R.I. We have JT, who is kind of our still photography and kind of all-around tech person. And then we've got Michael, who's somewhere around the building here. He's probably walking around at some point getting some stuff together. So this is my crew that is here with us tonight. This is the science room. This is the classroom where they teach a lot of different technology. There's a lot of different things in here, like setups and demonstrators and things of that nature, science equipment, oscilloscopes and such. But also this section here dates back to Harveytown Elementary. And it has a lot of the old artifacts from when the facility was still a school. One of the most influential or most important alumni of this school was one Hawkshaw Hawkins, who was a country music artist, very well known during the 50s and 60s, and they can see some of his artifacts down here. These pieces over here were made locally, and this piece right here is really, really important and something that a lot of people have never seen because there was only two of them. This was the RCA World Fair building, one of two cameras that were used in the World's Fair building in New York City in 1939. You'd receive that card that said that you were on television. Most people didn't have any idea what television was at the time. A lot of sounds and stuff like that are reported in this part of the building. One of our original founders had been talking about when they originally came into this building and they started cleaning out a lot of the stuff that was left behind and bringing stuff in. They started hearing school kids playing in this part of the building. This is one of the original classrooms. That makes a whole lot of sense. Now we're going to move over here slightly into what we call the wall of radios or the hall of radios. 1930s, 1940s. This piece here belonged to actually the Wrigley family in Chicago. This was in their summer estate. Original price $895 in 1927. So that was one of the pieces out of their own collection. That is just a storage room. This room here is shortwave receivers and transmitters. Ham radio, any ham operators will recognize a lot of the stuff that's in this location. Now, in this part of the building right here, this is our gift shop, but also this is the amateur station, WV8MRT. This is the ham operating shack and stuff back here. They've made connections to people all over the world. We kind of an interesting piece right here is a General Motors radio. That is basically a remote control that can be put on the other side of the room and operate the radio that is actually underneath it. Okay. A lot of sounds in this building are very common. That's the most common occurrence in this building. I've been in this building for very many years now. There's been a lot of times I've been in here alone. There's been some sounds that I've never been able to completely explain. I've heard some rare voices in this location. It's not very common. There's a lot more of like things being moved, paper. Like I said, previous member, a member that's the wife of one of our board members right now, has mentioned hearing kids running up and down this hallways when they were in here alone. This accesses the stage. Now, this part of the building right here is the 1940s, 1950s Gilbert toy collection kind of mix. You can just kind of get an idea of just what is in here. A lot. The toy collection, the Gilbert toy collection over there. Wide assortment of things in this part. This is one of the original schoolrooms as well. Now, back in the day, when this building was still operational as a school, this used to be the principal's office. This is where they had all of their setup and such like that. The secretary and all was kind of sat, I think, at the business part of the room. Principal was set up in the back here. This whole hallway, this is the original part of the building. This is part of the building that was built in 1929 and 1930. This is the original part. The part that we're getting ready to go to here in a minute was a bit added on in the 50s. Now, back in this room right here is kind of an assorted collection. There's a military section back here, which you can see on camera, but also there's a computer wing here, kind of a tube collection room here and such. This is kind of a multi-purpose room. This mannequin here has also had some hits in the past about things being moved, but also a lot of the investigators that have come in here over the years, which is not very many because there's not a whole lot of folks that have come in here and spent any time. A lot of folks have kind of pointed to him and kind of done some things with him, and a lot of folks that have claims of being sensitive have kind of keyed on him, whether it be his uniform or a specific piece back here. I'm not entirely certain. And I will show a piece here in just a minute that will kind of show you some of the age of some of the items in this part. Early computing technology, tube collection back here, civilian band radios, etc. A lot of this stuff back here is early test equipment that was actually owned by factories and built for factories to get like a certain standard of functionality for their radios. Some of this stuff comes from Cincinnati, some of it comes from Dayton, some of it comes from all over the nation. General Radio was manufactured up in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So one of the things in this location is If there are any attachments, it's going to be really hard to tell exactly what those attachments are to because there are so many different pieces of equipment in this building. There's tens, if not hundreds of thousands of pieces in this building that could all, in theory, I guess, if you wanted to go that route, have some semblance of an attachment. Now, down here, it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to move a piece here so you can see. This wooden box right back here, it's very hard. It's tucked back in here, and it's also very heavy, so I'm not going to try to bring it out. This piece here was, in 1911, this came from General Blackjack Pershing's expedition into Mexico to try and get Pancho Villa. This was one of two spark gap transmitters that were on his wagons as he chased Pancho Villa around the desert in that area. So that shows you just some of these, how old some of these pieces are in this location. A lot of military equipment here, and we can just imagine some of the things that might be attached to it, but also just the general energy and the vibe of some of this equipment in here. Everything from Nazi German equipment through Japanese, Soviet, Chinese, Korean, etc., American, British are all kind of represented in this part of the building. But like I said, this gentleman right here has historically been something that a lot of people have pinged on in this building. My suspicion is, if it's anything, is probably his uniform itself. Okay. This over here is a broadcast studio. This area here has equipment from Marshall University here locally, but also some of our local television channels. This whole transmitter set over here came from Fairmont. Now, Teresa can attest to this more than I can, but one of the stories in this location is that someone contacted us several months ago and told us that there was a rumor anyway, that this setup here, this transmitter setup from WMMN, this was functional from 1940s to 1950s. This setup here was supposedly haunted. Beyond that, I don't know anything about it. No one has really said anything beyond the fact that it is haunted. We have never gotten any definitive answers about why it is haunted or what are some of the reasons why it is believed to be haunted. Take that for what you will. Old cameras and stuff here as well. A lot of historic pieces here. I believe it was this one right here that actually malfunctioned during a governor's race here in West Virginia years ago and turned one Archmore color that he didn't like. And there was a lawsuit that came out about it. So, but just another piece of history in this location. And that's what this building is it is history and technology that a lot of our generation and beyond has completely lost. West Virginia Broadcasting Hall of Fame here, just some of the folks that either got their start in West Virginia or were actually from West Virginia when they onset. People like Herbert Morrison that broadcast the Hindenburg disaster, Soupy Sales, comedian Little Jimmy Dickens on the Grand Ole Opry tour, Don Knotts, etc., are all kind of represented in this, but also local broadcasting personalities, news reporters, sports anchors, and so on. So a little bit of everything in here. This is kind of just one of our little workshops in here. I've spent many hours in here kind of working and tooling around on stuff. This kind of area of the building always kind of has a unique kind of little vibe, but I think what a large portion of it is just the fact that there's so much stuff in there that you kind of get a claustrophobic feeling in there. I haven't heard a whole lot of reports from this little section here. So that's kind of a stay tuned moment there. And then finally back here are
Hang on. Oh, there we go. We're good.
Okay. Schematics and so on are held in here as well. So there's a little bit of everything. This area of the building has quite a bit of sound activity. And one person that I had talked to had been in here working quite a bit over the years and had kind of seen like what they felt like was a shadow that kept popping out from behind these shelves. I don't know beyond that. That's all the detail that they could give me. And then finally, back here, if we do not lose signal, because Wi-Fi in this building is kind of sporadic, so I'm going to limit how much we're out. This is another one of our storage areas that's been recently redone. This area of the building has a ton of reports of things becoming missing, things being shown or moved and such. They've recently redone it, so I don't know if any of that has still continued. Used to be you could never walk in this room because there was so much stuff in here. So it's very possible that stuff was just getting lost. But that's one of the kind of the rumors with this location. So what we're going to do is we're going to get ready and get started. And we will start turning off lights and going from there. So I hope everybody is, once again, thank you all for joining us. This is the first time that we've done anything quite like this. I'm interested to see how the night goes. We use this location for our training. We do a lot of trainings in here. There's a lot of equipment in this building that I know where it's hidden, that we bring new trainees and stuff in here to see what they can find and uncover. But also, this place is full of history. It's what it is. And that's one thing that S.R.I, I think, is kind of trying to dig into more, is the historical element. Teresa's a historian. Myself, I'm a historian working on my PhD. So that's one thing that we've kind of spent a lot of time on, kind of bringing our side of this into it, is the history element. So I've got Michael and JD are both back here as well, or JT back here as well. And we're going to kind of get started. So, and we'll go out to the last room to hit, and then we'll get kind of going. Before, one of the things that I wanted to do is kind of show this room here. First of all, there's a lot of equipment in here right now. They do a radio repair class in here, so a lot of this equipment that's in here right now is for that purpose. I've got Teresa sitting back there. Teresa, why don't you tell what's going on with the weather and stuff like that?
All right. Well, it looks like it's going to be pretty mild tonight in Huntington, which is a good thing. We got our sunset happening at 8:26 p.m., so we'll have some natural light coming in for most of our online live investigation. The lowest it's supposed to get tonight is 59 degrees. It's pretty steady in here at about 74 right now. Warmest it's been so far since we've been here is 83 degrees. Wind, very mild, about 5 miles per hour. Humidity, pretty low at 28, dew point 44. Barometric pressure, 30.11 inches and dropping. Visibility is real good, 10 miles. We almost got the full moon. Last night was the full moon, so we're at 99.999% waning gibbous. The moon, I don't know if y'all are into astrology, but the moon currently is in Sagittarius right now. The solar x-rays are good, but we do have a geomagnetic field storm going on right now. So whether that has any, bearing tonight, I guess we're going to find out.
Okay. Teresa, tell a little bit about, like, you all had investigated here as part of HPIR. What were some of the rumors or reports that you all got when you did this place years ago?
Yeah, so years ago with another paranormal group was the first time that I became aware of this location. And we were approached while we were at History Day at the Capitol. History Day at the Capitol is when a bunch of history-minded groups get together. And a group from the museum was there, and I was there because my group does did history tours. And it was the president's wife, or former president's wife, so I think that's who you were talking about earlier, came up and she's like, yeah, I don't like to be alone in there. Her big thing was when she was alone in here, she would hear children running through the halls, laughing and playing. A lot of times they would hear children singing, and it would come over the intercom. And we kind of figured out that maybe some of that might be from there's a crystal radio, and Brian can talk about that a little bit later, that when conditions are just right, it will pick up transmissions and you can hear it throughout the building. But those were the biggest claims that she told us. It was really connected to the school itself. A lot of things about the children playing. But she did mention that there was quite a few mannequins on site that would sometimes seemingly move. They would walk out of a room and come back, and they'd just be kind of slightly in a different position. And this location is really interesting because you do have the history of the school. So some of the hauntings could be coming from its time as a school. You have this location that is absolutely filled with antiques from every era, from wartime. You know, so many of these pieces saw so much life and so much death, and now they're all in this space. So stuff, energy could be attached to them. Plus, I don't know if you showed it when you're outside, we're literally right up against the cemetery. I mean, we're right up against the cemetery. So if you believe that maybe, you know, spirits could be attached to cemeteries, yeah, that might be something to consider.
Okay. So what we're going to do is, I think what we're going to do is start. Teresa, if you wouldn't care, I'm going to get some equipment together. If you wouldn't care to kind of go through with Beth and Michael and do just a kind of a general overall sweep.
Okay.
Of the location, kind of get some baseline readings and stuff like that of the area. I'm going to get a piece ready and see if we can set up something here fairly soon to kind of spice things up quite a bit and see where we go.
Also, hi, I'm Beth. I'm behind
Yes.
the camera.
Yes. I don't, it's not easy to switch the camera angle on there.
Yeah.
Yes. Show.
Yeah, turn this way because that sun is
Hey.
bright coming that way.
All right. So we got Beth. Beth is our assistant videographer, and then handling the tripod right now is Michael, one of our investigators and tech guys. And then we got JT over there taking photographs again, like I said. So you'll see probably 5 people here tonight. We usually deploy about 8 people on locations. We're a little bit undermanned, covering tonight. So, all right, I'm going to let Teresa take it off for a little bit and kind of let you all. What I would recommend is kind of hitting the science room and the 20s room starting. And I will get some pieces together, and I'm going to see if I can start a separate feed for a little bit, and see where we can go.
All right, Michael, you want to watch the millimeter, and then I'll take notes on it, and I will get my recorder started running too.
Here, I'll hold this. Beth, I'm going to give you this.
All right.
We're going to get ready. I'm getting Beth rigged up with the red light so she can actually see, because while this phone is great for photography and video, it does not see very well in the dark. So that I'm going to let her, that way at least we'll have some light source for the recordings in the dark. I'll try not to embarrass her, like if that thing comes and slaps her back in the face there. But like I said, thank you guys for coming with us. We greatly appreciate anybody taking the time to kind of see and explore this location with us. It's one of the hidden gems of our area that not a whole lot of people, even from our vantage point, have ever really seen.
Thank you for the comments so far. We really appreciate it.
Hello, guys. I'm just kind of looking to see who all has kind of jumped in here. Oh, we got Victoria, British Columbia. Trying to see here. We got several groups all over doing so. Great. Glad to see you all. I'm going to get everybody going and we will go from there. We got rootless destinations going too. And I'll get, Beth is getting rigged up and I will get some equipment together. They're red.
Red button on
Yeah.
this side.
And it
Got
will has multiple functions.
Yeah.
So you can hit it to whatever one you need.
I think I used this one last weekend.
Oh, did you?
I think so. It was either last weekend or whichever place you were at before that.
Yeah, there's been a lot. So. All right, Teresa, I'll let you lead off and I'm going to go see what I can set up. I'm I'm gonna get this rigged up on
Okay, it is 7:25, Saturday, May 6th, 2023. We are at the Huntington Museum of Radio and Technology. We are live with the Global Ghost Hunt. I'm Teresa, got Michael and Beth, and I think JT's coming with us. We're gonna start doing some baselines. We're just gonna start with some real simple baselines. Michael is going to use the Mel meter. So he's just gonna check for EMF and temperatures. Oh, we've been here so many times that we know where most of the hot spots are. So we're just gonna take a real general kind of make sure nothing's out of the ordinary. Mike, what's the temperature in this area?
That's just 70.9 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. It's a little colder right in front of the door. Really consistent. Except for my butt.
Also the backup collector. So
Yeah, we'll have some lights that stay on, but
Try the 20s first.
right here, the 71 degrees Fahrenheit.
trying to get my light a little brighter in here, folks. And the floors are a little creaky, so you'll hear some creaks from our footsteps, but
Which areas in this area here are mostly
yeah, hot
This one
spots.
on the wall area over there.
on the wall?
Yeah, wait, is it 0.0 right now? No
Yep.
loss? Okay.
Yep. The character right there. You might-
Yeah, our lovely mannequin.
I don't know if this will pick up on there,
Yeah.
but we are getting reception from the crystal radio.
Huh.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
I can hear that from here.
Is the baseball game? See if you want to do it. See if you hear it.
I'm gonna get close to the.
Yeah, I can hear it from down here. Yeah, so if you this just runs
Yeah.
all the time. It's a crystal radio, so it just runs all the time. So yeah, if you didn't know this was here, you just walked by and heard voices, that can be a little a little just
Yeah. Right here.
Can sit.
10-6 back there with our buddy. So the area around our buddy back there is lighting up. Take a good look at what position he's in, so when we see him later this evening, make sure he hasn't
Yeah.
moved. Jamie's back here taking pictures of him, make sure that we got some reference photos. Make sure he stayed there. I put some like chalk line, like outlines around his feet. I'm afraid somebody would bump him and then somebody would see that
Oh,
like,
yeah.
a heart attack when they came in the next morning.
little bit somebody too.
Check this area around here.
Yeah. Over on the side.
That's around there is usually pretty high.
2.9.
Well, not really the temperature. You're wanting to look at the,
There's no energy here.
okay.
So the highest right now, all the way top is our little buddy at
Yeah.
0.6.
Yeah.
That's why our board making it.
We'll have some reflection in here because we've got some glass around us, but I'm gonna try and keep an eye out for that.
All the same so far. 73.
So just the three of us in this room right now. Jay walked off to another room, so
Yeah.
if you see somebody in the reflections other than just the three of us, let's know.
Continue back here.
Okay.
There's a lot of the photos of
Yeah.
the
The old school.
old school.
Mhm.
There's the school. I can't remember which one it was, but
What's the temp and EMF back here?
73.3.
Okay. Any EMF reading at all?
Nope. There's a military jacket here, as well as another art of a bush.
Mhm.
So of course, like any elementary school, unfortunately, over the years of its operation, there were students that passed away while students here. I've never found any research to prove that there were any deaths at the school. But unfortunately, there were students who passed away while there were students here.
Right here in the middle is like 74.1, but I don't know if there's an electricity getting into it.
Well, I think that's still, your readings, the temperature still. Seeing the shadow here of our camera on the gimbal. Oh, that chair, yeah.
23.6 degrees. I'm saying 73.2. All the same. Record player. Yeah, this one's got electricity going through right now, so it's like 3.8 here.
Okay, that's still not very high.
No, 6 now, but yeah. There's an old
Yeah, he was talking
news.
about that earlier.
74 even degrees. Yeah. Probably.
Either way. this is where the cash register and all the handbrake things are. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of EMF that's
Yeah.
in that range. But I never had anything happen in that range.
Mhm.
Working on something down here. I can't tell you the amount of people we've had that walk in this room and they're like, oh, this feels bad.
Over the, well, you see, is that it's right there. You know, there was a thing that were right here. The money. And I didn't know.
I put that up for us. I rigged up a couple things in different parts of the building. K2 just went off. Um,
We're going to show those occasions. So let me out. Of course, found out as again.
Now, there is a possibility, just for the record, that is one of the phones spinning that off. It usually requires it to be pretty close. And you'll need to turn it into things.
Alright, bring back here.
What's your name?
We need temperature. 69.9.
I mean, it feels colder back here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot colder.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask Brian, does this happen separate? Temperature.
We have a K2 in the store. That's what that little green light is.
Great.
I think there's for Wi-Fi here, so
Good in there. Like,
if you want mine. There we go.
Come back on.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. This building is kind of long and the Wi-Fi is kind of set up in kind of weird spots, and coverage is better in some parts of the building than others. Well, if it kicks out, that's likely why. So the millimeter is reading 71.6, 0.6 or 0 milligauss right now. SB10, was there anything? It just seemed like a bunch of garble to me
Yeah.
earlier.
I mean, Beth said something and it went, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was the only thing that was
I said, I
funny.
think I was talking about the internet wasn't liking us back there, and I think that's when the oh yeah came up.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Just looked up room. It's nothing but a bunch of sports.
Michael, will you shut that SB10 off for me, please?
Yeah.
Power buttons on the top, I believe.
Yeah. Anybody in here? You all have seen me before that I've been here for a long time. I spent many, many, many hours in this building alone by myself. You don't remember, my name is Brian. I got several guests with me tonight. Some of these folks you've met because we've been here a lot before. We have Beth with the red light on her head. We have Teresa standing there next to Beth with her book in her hand. We got JT back there. And we got Michael. Camera buzzing. Hello. Check, 1, 2. Check. I've been coming to this like 15. You come back on.
Yep.
Sorry, guys, we keep losing signal. Hello?
It's like, let's have listen to that.
Listen to that.
Do that. Well, we introduce ourselves. Can you introduce yourself?
Hey, dude, just hit a little bit there. The iPad is there.
Yeah, just was turned on, just walking a little bit.
See a little bit back there, but I don't think it would be casting this far off, but you never know. Did you go to school here? Hey, dude, they can bring a line. I don't know why. Beth is far enough away from it. I don't think it's her.
I think Margaret's far
It
away.
could be.
It's not. Oh no.
I don't think it's that. You had an EM spike on yours, but I just heard it. Sounds like a voice. It kind of like sounds like a kid like saying yeah or something in the background. Keep away from what? There.
Do you want to play a game with us? Good game. He was teaching Shayna some games earlier. Do you know how to play tic-tac-toe?
Ultimate tic-tac-toe.
No. What games do you know? Do you know hopscotch? You're 6. You're 6? No, I'm not 6. Are you 6?
There's a lot of radio signals coming in here. We got a tower right next to us. Hello? Still there?
My ears is pop.
Do you remember your name? Good to go.
Forever.
Can you tell us your name?
I see Gabe's shadow, but I just like covered like what sounds like a little bit of a bang back here, but I don't know. We were right on this main drive.
Does one of these radios belong to your family? Or belong to you personally? If you'd like us to play some music for you, we can. Are your favorite radio shows?
Let's go down to the science room. Are you? Who are you?
Okay, right now we're at 0.0 millibus, 74.8 degrees, and about One or two. Harry, we got the name Harry. There's somebody named Harry in here? Light meters one part. I don't think this is long enough to go off that time.
Hello?
You got the name Harry. That's the only thing that we said. I want to. You should extra. Can you tell me where that camera over there was made? I'm just telling you what you were trying to say.
There's a lot of pieces that are manufactured in Huntington here. This one right here was. It was actually manufactured. That one. So that one right there. That one right there was manufactured where Speedway is on Halbert. Serenado was manufactured right there. There was a big factory there. Aerolas were manufactured on 4th Avenue, where the Camelot is. It's the indoor shopping market that was in there. I can't remember what it's called.
The market?
Not the market. It's on 4th Avenue. They had a lot of like different shops back in the day. I think it was like peanut shop.
Oh, I know what you're, okay, I know what you're
I
talking
can't
about.
think of the name of it. Did you go to school here? What grade were you in? Which classroom were you in? And who was the teacher in there? That sounded like it said Mosley, but I don't know. I don't know who all the teachers were that taught here over the years.
I heard Miss Booth or something earlier, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. Because,
God, I mean,
yeah.
is everybody over here? Let's turn this off for a few. It's been silent for a bit. Hello? Yeah, I don't know if anybody still runs it or not. Hello? Can you make a sound or anything? Let us know you're here. That was JT coming in.
I was gonna say, was that you?
A very oddly timed step on the scoreboard.
If you're here with us, can you knock twice like this?
If you're in here anywhere, can you make some kind of noise to let us know? You want to sing a song? I don't know what all these rooms were back in the day because they switched rooms quite a bit, like first, second, third, and so on.
No, it's me.
Oh, no, yeah, they shifted.
It was.
I didn't outright notice anything, but you never know. Where are we at on our feed? Like, how long have we been doing that?
Almost an hour. We're at
Almost.
58 minutes.
Here in a few, we'll walk down and do something with the Tesla coil. Maybe we could do one of you guys doing Estes, and then we'll run the Tesla coil and just see what we can come up with. Demonstrate the Tesla coil. I'd also like to see if we could demonstrate our little REM pod deal. I think that would be pretty good for the folks watching that are not really aware of what or how a REM pod can be manipulated.
Yeah, we did a little bit of a test last weekend, and walkie-talkies will indeed get a reaction from a REM pod, depending on how close you are to it.
Yep. You want us to move somewhere else in the building? If so, that's fine. Just tell us where.
Michael, did you just like do a burp kind of?
think you're old.
Okay.
I thought I heard like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A voice, but
Yeah. Hey kids, can you come in here and draw me a picture? Or tell me what you learned in school today? Too old to do this.
I'm trying not to move, but that's probably me.
That's the wood floor. It's gonna react a little bit to you.
And say I thought I heard something over here, but
can you make the pop sound for that song? Oh, and Casey's watching us. Everybody say hi, Casey.
Hey, Casey. Casey's our videographer. She's watching from home, I think, right now. Or from a family event, I believe. Hello? Go ahead.
You do the whistle part. I'll do the part. Can you whistle for me? That song that Brian was singing? You know there's highly intelligent birds from Circleville, but we'll answer back.
Yeah.
I think that was creepier than any ghost that we've ever done. Birds that can answer back.
The birds are watching and listening.
They're always watching. Remember, birds aren't real according to them.
True.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Hello?
Headlight again, for this to say. Oh, man, I'm shy.
You all will wake you up.
It's about time to be going to bed, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all out playing on the playground, trying to get the last hours of daylight? It's almost nighttime.
I hope your playground wasn't in the cemetery.
Just played, frolicked amongst the tombstones. Where was it? The playground over where the parking lot is now? Do you know? They had a.
It's over here, yeah. I don't think they had much. I think they had a few little pieces of, over the years that went away. School was here so long and then was not. It was just storage for so long. I think they got rid of it. Might for JT over here. What was that? It's kind of like a raspy sound.
Yeah.
That's not him.
It's not JT.
I don't know what that is.
It's coming from over. There's something on over there, but I don't think it's.
I think that's the old video disc machine, but I don't think it's running. I think it's just on.
That's my stomach. I'm gonna stand back up, so we're gonna have some creaking. Probably from my knees and the floor.
You know the sun's done to bed.
Yep.
K2 meter hasn't moved at all.
Mm-hmm.
You want us to go to a different room?
Yeah, I
Let's go back
can.
to the library.
Yeah, I can hear the sound of this thing going over here, but it's just kind of a low hum. It's not that raspy
video
kind of
there.
sound that we heard earlier.
Or if you're playing the hide and seek or something.
Yeah, maybe. If you'd like to follow us around the building, you can. We're gonna go to a different room.
Come on, let's go play a game. We're gonna hide. You go come find us.
Miss.
Miss. MISS. Miss. Did we miss you? Did we walk past you?
All right, lost Brian. I don't know which direction he
He
went.
said he went to the library.
Okay.
I guess that's where he went. We've missed Brian.
I'm back here.
Okay.
Said miss.
Yes. All right. Yeah, well. You have the printer there. That's one sleep on this stuff. It's picking up some of this equipment back here running. These computers should go off here in a minute.
Kind of walk slowly.
Yeah, they're starting to shut off.
Keeping an eye on our internet here.
This area
I'm gonna go
usually
back to this corner.
bad.
We're in the library area now. It's 8:05.
73. That's
73.
usual.
It feels a little cooler back here.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on.
Light.
Yeah, I just moved the light on my head.
Let's see, light coming in from the windows too.
Yeah, a little bit.
It was light. Oh, I can't.
Oh, light. Okay.
What do you like? Was this room always the library, or was this something else?
It's what we want.
Okay.
I've never said that word in a sentence before. It's what we want. What do you want it to be? Is it your home right now? Is this where you stay?
Plug this into if you have an audio jack on your phone.
I don't know.
I don't know if you do or not. I don't know. If you do, that can amplify it for
Ow.
us.
Diesel.
Move over. Move her. Get on the road.
No, I don't think I'm gonna not look at me.
That's fine. I didn't know if you did or not. What's your name? Henderson. Sound like you said Henderson. Is that your last name? No.
What's all like that? Is that your first name?
Somewhat.
What style of music do you like?
Around here, be like both kinds, country and western.
Let's see. All this equipment back here is really not throwing off a ton on K2. If you got a millimeter or just one of the voltmeters,
He's got the
Michael.
millimeter. I've got the
Millimeter?
voltmeter over here.
and we were,
Yeah, I grabbed the
I
voltmeter.
don't think we're getting much.
34, 35 volts right now. 0.0 millivolts.
Oh.
Not a ton.
Over here is like nothing.
There's nothing over there.
No.
I think it's where she's so close to the computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it drops when I get closer.
The only thing I could think of is maybe your phone. Is your phone throwing off?
It has to be my phone.
Must be.
Yeah.
Beth, I think it's far enough away. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I gotta. I'll let my phone's going on. Everything's.
A weird sound.
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, if you hear me, can you let us know some way else other than just through that device?
I have this device as well that you can talk to us through. We can ask you questions and you can answer for us. And we can hear you later. With this, we can hear you later. With this and what Brian has, we can hear you now. We've got some other toys too that we can pull out that maybe you can help you communicate with us. We'd love to start by knowing your name.
You have any flowers out here on the other side of this wall?
Now, what is it?
Do you have any flowers on the other side of the wall over here?
No, there's no kind of landscaping of that type around this place at all.
Smells like flowers over here.
I know that some of the old periodicals would provide like samples of like perfumes and stuff like that back in the day, so that might be leaching off of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Any chance it's a vanilla scent?
No, it's just like straight up flowers in general. Yeah. Big mixture.
Is that you? You have a flower perfume on? Do you know who the president of the United States is? It's like the George Washington.
Almost.
No. Well off.
Could be a kid. President.
He was a president.
They seem to start you with George.
Well, that's right. If it was a little kid, that they probably
Painting of him in one of the rooms.
Where?
Said something about showing you.
What do you want to show us?
Heard a like a really low, like high in the background. I heard the name of Howard.
We got Harry earlier. Tell us what your favorite color is. That way we know that we're talking to somebody and not just random. Tell me any
I
color.
heard the word burgundy.
Oh, that's pretty specific.
It's not a 6-year-old.
I heard the word burgundy in the background there.
Oh, this is somebody that just got their 64-pound grill. I like burgundy. Pretty color.
I cannot wait for the day we ask a girl to get their favorite color and can get an RGB value back.
Hello. Is anybody back there with us?
1.5. A small amount right here, but it's laying away.
Tunnel.
What was the word?
Tunnel.
Tunnel.
I'm not aware of any tunnels in this part of Huntington.
No.
Let's you go over to the Huntington area, but
Yeah. What about a tunnel? I'm gonna go get some equipment together
Right.
and do. We'll do over in Estes over there where the military guy is, and I've got the Tesla coil, so we can demonstrate both. I'll leave this with you all.
Alright, I'll give about 5 more to get everything ready.
Yeah, that's fine.
Does anybody have any questions they want us to ask?
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'm watching the comments right now.
Do you like anyone that's watching us at all?
Yeah, we've got a lot of people watching us today.
Do you have a message for anybody out there? You have a message for us? Make it make sense. I'm confused. I'm sorry. If there's any way that we can help you, we would love to be able to help you. But we need to know some information about you before we can help you. Can you see us right now?
See if I can smell it again.
I know all this equipment beeping and making noises can be a little confusing. We're just trying to offer you different ways that you can try to communicate with us. None of this stuff can hurt you. None of this stuff will cause any harm. It's all hopefully stuff that you can use.
Went back to that same area. Didn't smell it like that at all anymore.
How good are you at identifying flowers? Like, yeah, I can't either.
They smell good.
Can you hear him? Can you hear him? Can I hear who? Is there a male that's trying to talk to us? Tell him to speak loud and clear. What's his name? Is this Howard or Harry that wants to talk to us? Please leave. Please leave. Well, we're getting ready to leave anyway. We're going to go meet Brian.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to respect your wishes. We're going to leave this room, but we can't leave the building right now, okay? But we are going to leave this room. Thank you for talking to us, okay? We're going to go to another room, so if you want to talk to us later, you can find us.
Michael, can you go ahead and turn off the Sarah, in comments, I see that earlier you said tired and Roses and Hank. Are you saying that you're tired? Did you hear Spirit Box maybe say tired? And did you maybe hear Hank? I think Roses may have been maybe a suggestion for flowers you could have smelled earlier.
No.
Okay, you did hear those on the Spirit Box? Okay, we'll keep that. So tired and Hank.
It's a bunch of H names, and we're all like similar.
Yeah.
Watch that cord.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, that's the area like where it's the AC. Last time I went down back, there was nothing. And I didn't smell it either.
Okay, if I stick my nose like in it. I mean, I can kind of smell a little bit of like a honeysuckle type stuff.
I can smell it like straight up back here.
From
Though.
back here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's not turned on.
yeah.
I wouldn't be blowing it out. But.
That's all good. Okay. We'll find out.
It kicked us out.
Yeah, I wanted us to leave.
I put headphones in here, put the cord.
Okay.
We've got the SP pen. I've got the Tesla coil over there running. If anybody, if we want, we have like this K2 meter.
Sam, we don't lose our connection here. I was losing connection in here earlier, but yeah, as if you guys can see right now, we've got Tesla coil going and our K2 is all the way.
Yeah. So we're trying to load the room with EM. And see.
And if we lose our signal back here, just give us a moment and we'll be back.
Yeah.
We're just gonna try, I'm gonna try and find a good spot in here where we seem to be all right here.
All right. Who wants to run? That's the Tracy. You want to do it?
Yeah, fine.
All right. Get that. I'll help you get rigged up.
You want me to do it here in front of the study?
Yeah, we'll put it in there in front of the body.
Okay.
I'm going to run a second thing and then put it straight in the Wi-Fi for a minute. Okay, so
Just show our comments here. Just got this one.
what is the point of doing an investigation in total darkness? If people are seeing and hearing ghosts during operation hours, don't they have all the lights on? Not necessarily all the time. But I can, for the purposes of this, we can do that.
True.
There we go. We can just do that. It's fine. Honestly, it just kind of heightens their senses. Honestly,
Yeah.
was a reason why I kind of tend to that way. But that being said, it's not probably necessary. We've got a lot of places where we have to run lights because we don't have any infrared with us tonight. Our infrared is not here. So we're just kind of going with what we got. We're going to get Teresa started here momentarily.
Teresa is going to do an Estes method back here, close to our lovely fellow.
I've run the Tesla for about 10 minutes now, so the room
Okay.
should be fairly well charged up.
All right.
Yeah. Since we're so.
Yeah.
Imagine what that is. I'm gonna try AM first. Switch off.
Okay, get some stuff ready. So there's.
I think we're good connection wise right here. So I think I'll.
All right, you'll tell me.
That's what I was afraid of with feedback.
Oh. Okay.
I was gonna try something, but it didn't work. It was just too much feedback.
Okay.
We'll let Teresa get herself rigged up. Trying to see if I can answer some of the questions. I'll just pull up the feed.
Okay.
That's not necessary. All right.
Let's hold off on the flashlight, Michael, for now.
It is 69 degrees Fahrenheit. It is 69 degrees.
To answer your question, Dad, I think you're on there. I think I just saw. It's digital right now.
All right,
Ready?
you all ready?
Yep. All right.
It hurts.
Is anybody there with us?
Answer me.
What hurts?
The Bible.
The Bible hurts? I mean, I guess depending on your perspective. Just for the record, guys, we've got Teresa, who is blindfolded right now. We have Beth, Michael, and Brian here operating in the wind doorway. We've got JT in the other room.
Help me.
How can we help?
And it sounded gurgly, like underwater.
Okay. How can we help you? Is there something that we need to do that we can do to help you?
Bye.
Bye. Where are you going? You leaving so soon?
Not you again.
Your feet? Okay. I thought I heard like footsteps back here.
So I was thinking,
I didn't do it.
You didn't do what? For the record, check 1 2, check 1 2. Teresa, can you hear me? No, that was right back here.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't him. Yeah, there was like a knock back
Yeah.
here in the.
earlier I heard one back.
That wasn't us. Rootless, that wasn't us. We have people walking behind us, or we have something walking behind us, but I don't. Hello?
The road.
Hello?
Horrible accident.
Tell us about the accident.
I smell like fresh cut grass, really strong, like somebody's mowing.
Does the name Michael mean anyone or anything to anyone in this room with us, other than the Michael sitting in the floor?
Radio museum.
Yeah, guys, that wasn't us moving, but there was footsteps behind us. Michael's getting up, so if you hear some noise, that'll be it. The radio museum. Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Are you familiar with this place?
Why me?
Why not?
We're just asking you questions, trying to meet you.
Camera clicks behind me for the record.
Close your eyes.
Okay, if we close our eyes, what are you gonna do? Okay. All right, we'll do it. Hello?
For some reason, I'm hearing like a growl from her.
It's probably
He
just
effed up.
a white noise, but you
Okay.
never know.
I heard my name.
Okay, JT just took up behind me. Is anybody back here still moving around or anything? Got anybody would like to chat with us tonight?
He doesn't want it anymore.
Doesn't want what?
I told you. Forget it. True.
Can you slow down just a little bit for me, please, and help us out?
Don't eat it.
Thank you, Nerve. Hello? That was your stomach.
Green.
Green. There's a lot of green stuff in that room that you're in. Do you recognize any of it? Was there anybody
This
a
is a good
radio
place.
controller during the war? If so, can you tell me which war?
As you were asking that last question, I think she said this is a good place.
This is a good place. Can I ask why you say that?
What war are you involved with?
You all.
What about us?
Run.
Why are we running?
Fighters.
There's some equipment in that room I know of right now that was on a German fighter in World War II.
I feel like there's a lot of people that just walked into this room. Like they're behind me and then beside me and in front of me.
If you're in here with us and that's you walking up behind Teresa, can you do something more to kind of let us know you're here? Michael, just check like the EM around her, see if anything's spiked up. Nothing. It's still low.
That's right, Tom.
Who's Tom?
Can you say something to Teresa that can let us know what war you were in? Or was there anything in particular you used to carry in the war that you can tell us about? Maybe guns or equipment? Maybe that can tell us where you were. How many of you were there? What was that she said?
Who do you?
Who do you think? I don't know. Get a little bit clearer picture.
$31.
There are 31 people in there, or is that a number that carries a different significance? What
Wait till tonight.
Are you? It's going to be a little bit.
Wait.
Did you hear that? There's a knock right here on the wall behind us, or right between D and I.
Keep hearing over here.
It didn't get.
I can replicate on the floorboard.
Okay.
Turn the TV on.
Well, that fixes. The TV is on the front. Shoot. The stage. Is that what you want?
Oh, thank you.
What airfield were you at?
At
Right.
least twice.
At least twice. What?
15 weeks.
Were you serving for 15 weeks at a specific airfield, or can you give me a little bit more context to go by? It's really hard to figure out what you're wanting to tell us with just little clips. I need a little bit more to go by.
Sound like it said monk or monk. 25 seconds. Then it'll be over.
Can you tell me a little bit more so I know what I'm asking? What'll be over in 25 seconds?
It hurts again.
Did you get injured or hurt in the war? What rank were you? I'm going to ask some questions. Maybe you can answer for me. Are you a private? A corporal? A sergeant? Hey, Michael, take one step back and push your weight down on your left foot. I just want to see if I can replicate a sound. One more step, all the way back. Now put your weight down. Okay, that would be, there's a click over here next to the tube area.
Mush.
What about a sergeant?
I'm a hide.
So you're going to hide. Why are you hiding from us? Did you go to school here, or is there a reason why you're hiding? For the record, if you all hear clicking in the background, it's JT just taking some still photography.
Kind of like I said, I peed myself.
Well, that sounds like a kid. Well, that's okay if you did that. That can be taken care of.
Don't tell.
I won't tell. It's nobody else's business.
Why did I hit?
Why did you hit what? How old are you?
Y'all heard a clicking sound. That was my shoulder popping.
But there was a metallic click before that. Did you
Yeah.
hear that one?
Yeah, I heard that one.
See, I don't know what that one was.
Mm-mm.
Now, I just heard what. Well, I swear I just heard like a little kid's voice. Down that hallway. I don't know if it was somebody breathing.
Was it kind of like
No,
Okay.
no, it sounded like.
Only the devil knows.
I don't know if anybody else heard that.
Only the devil knows.
only the devil knows?
What does the
Only the devil knows.
Yeah.
Boy, that's comforting.
Yeah.
What game do you like to play? Five Finger Fillet? Way back.
Taiwan.
There's some equipment in that room from the People's Republic. Is that what you're talking about? I know it's not the same thing, trust me. But is that what you're referring to?
It's me.
Beth banged into that.
Yeah.
Here in a minute, Michael, I'm going to have you summon her and we'll move. We've got just only about 20 or so more minutes.
Okay.
So we'll go one more spot for the night.
Yeah.
We'll go to the 20s room for this one.
Just let me know when.
Do the Flying Tigers mean anything to you?
I love something.
I love what? Can you slow down for just a moment for me and give me a little bit more?
Do you remember any of your friends when you went to school here?
It's easy.
It's easy to do what? Or what's easy? Were you a teacher here? Or a student?
Massacre.
To what are you referring? Was it a massacre that you were
The
dealing with?
Nazis.
Well, that's interesting because it's right above her head.
Yep.
Beth, just take the camera over just slowly. Show
Blood.
what is right above her shoulder.
Right over here.
Uh-huh.
God's green earth. Blood is all over.
Not entirely certain if that's what's being referred to, but
Upstairs.
there isn't
The boys upstairs.
The boys upstairs.
Go to the bathroom.
Do we need to go into the bathroom? There's a lot going through here. I mean, Dad, when we were looking at this, a lot of the equipment to the direct right of our camera is either World War II Korean units. There's some Vietnamese units or Vietnam era units there, so it's very possible any of those. I'm not entirely sure which ones are which, for the record. There's other times that I need Jeff here to show me more, but there's limitations. Was there anybody in this room that is here talking to Teresa
I
right
feel
now?
like the room is spinning.
Is there anybody in here in the room talking to Teresa that was involved in Mexico? Does Columbus, New Mexico sound familiar to you? There's a big box on the floor over next to Michael, to Michael's immediate left. Big wooden box
Do you want
that went to
something?
Mexico.
It's under the table, Michael.
That went to after Pancho Villa. Were you amongst those crew that went after him? Hello? Michael, I'm going to have you summon her.
Under 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Just let it tap her.
Okay.
We had a few things that kind of were kind of interesting. Teresa's not really mentioning Nazis, and you're sitting right next to.
Yeah, that part got kind of dark.
Yeah, massacres. If I were to expect to hear that kind of stuff in any part of this building, that would be it.
The first probably like 10 to 20 voices I heard were all the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
It was a deep voiced guy.
Okay.
And then it was kind of, in and out different people, but like all of it first was it sounded like the exact same voice.
Okay. Let's go down to the 20s room and we'll end up for the night. Thank you guys for those that are tuning in with us. We'll have one more stop for the evening, and then I think the PIT is going to pick up. Now, ironically, for those that are not familiar, the PIT and the Majestic are literally 15 minutes away from us.
Mhm.
So you're getting a back-to-back in the Huntington area. So there is a lot here for those that are kind of in, if you're coming through this area, you're interested in history, you're interested in paranormal, there's quite a bit here. So got to keep that in perspective. But we're going to go back down to the 20s room and kind of finish up our session. It's tricky. Just straight on YouTube. So.
Since we have our lights on in here, I will show you the crystal radio back here that we were listening to a little bit earlier.
So this piece right here that Beth is showing, this crystal set here, if the conditions are right, there have been days that I've been in here working kind of independently on schoolwork or something like that. And if the conditions are right and the amplification is high enough, the sound off this crystal radio set can be heard all the way in the auditorium, so quite a distance away. It all is to deal with these tall ceilings and such, but it does on occasion happen. Hello. Is anybody in here with us? G team, I don't know for certain. It is a possibility, but it would probably require us to be on location because I'm on the board of directors here, and it's kind of limited. But there's a possibility. If you want to contact me, I can give you a little bit more information, and we'll see. This has kind of been historically kind of off until fairly recently, and it's largely because of my presence here that we're here. If there's anybody in here with us tonight, can you let us know? We're coming up on the end of our session right now. Now, that being said, we'll still be here for a while. If you have anything else that you would like to do, we'll probably kind of circulate through for a little bit longer. Hello? Not on. That was a weird voice. Hello? We watch. What? Sent what? Safe. Little girl's voice said safe. What do you say from? Bullets. What about bullets? Gift. Six. One. I'm going to demonstrate that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it looks like that's.
No?
So at all?
We have our, walkie-talkie.
No, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Forgot to grab the bag.
That's all right. Hello? Five. Tentacles, spectacles. Glove.
Okay, see if you can do this for me. See this box right here? See if you can touch it.
Five again. If you're in here with us, you can communicate to this box, to that little device, or through anybody else that's in here. It seems like this little girl's voice keeps coming across us, like keeps saying safe, but it's like a very,
I hear this stuff, so.
yeah, I don't know what that is.
You feel safe in here? You are. You're safe in here.
She passed.
I'm sorry. You're bad.
Are you in this building or are you out in the graveyard out behind? Can you tell me? There was that little girl feeling like safe in. I don't know what that is.
It's so consistent that I'm hesitant to say it's anything but some sort of natural.
Yeah.
You want to come sit over here, Daddy? Did you like when we had that little boy in here?
1 minute.
1 minute.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Well, I know we're coming up on the end of our time. Once again, thank you all for joining us tonight. I don't know where everybody's broadcasting from, viewing from, but once again, thank you for coming with us and S.R.I in Huntington, West Virginia to the Museum of Radio and Technology. We greatly appreciate your support. We greatly appreciate your all's following through with us. One thing's for certain is that we never know what we're going to run into in this place. There are times it's extremely quiet. There's times it's extremely not. We've had a little bit of both tonight, so we have at least that going for us. We will probably be here for a while longer. What my suggestion is that you can like and follow our page and keep an eye out for us because you may find some more tonight. Thank you. Have a good night. What was that?
There's no here. Here's some over there. Oh,
That's faint, so I don't think it's that.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I don't know what the hell it was.